Hi everyone, we're watching Band of Brothers and this is episode 9 and it is called Why We Fight. I looked at the description and it looks like they they end their mission at a concentration camp. So this episode is going to probably be the heaviest one to date, and I really appreciate that the title of this episode is called Why We Fight.
And the Germans didn't really have that much of a heart for it, and they realized that the end was there.
We used to say only good crowd is a dead one. Well, but there was something in there that, hey, that was a kid. Most of them were kids. We all were kids.
This often, that man and I might have been good friends. We might have had a lot in common. We might have liked to fish, he might have liked to hunt. Of course, they were doing what they were supposed to do, and I was trying to do what I was supposed to do.
Wow, the self-awareness that they have is amazing.
Under different circumstances, we might have been good friends.
Wow, that makes this much more heavy. I was curious about that because I feel like a lot of times it's so black and white, especially like in today's social media. It's like I'm either on this person's side or I'm on that side. I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and if you're on this side, you're evil. If you're on this side, you're evil. And it's not that way. Like, it's just not. I know we want it to be. It makes life so much easier, but these people are talking about like serious stuff that they had to go through, where people were being imprisoned, being killed, put in labor camps, put in death camps, and they had to fight the people who were, told to keep those things going. And they're even saying, I could see that a lot of these people, we probably had a lot in common. So for me, that shows me that these men genuinely are good men. They fought hard, they did what they needed to do, they did the right thing, and they knew the weight of that too. They weren't just, it wasn't a video game, they weren't just killing the bad guys. Like, they realized they were humans too. They carried the weight of it all. That's important. The show is so good. It's so good. Oh, wow. Wow.
Guten Tag, Fräulein.
Guten Tag.
Hold on, Well, George. Okay?
You're gonna get kicked by this
Forget
cow.
my chocolate either. Have a fish. Cigarettes. Camel? Yeah, you like that, huh?
Oh, Luz.
Okay, Frank, please, why don't you go make your
Wait, what
omelet?
are you doing, Leslie?
Why you ain't getting none of my age block?
What happened to his jaw?
So what happened? No dice with the Fräulein?
No dice. She smacked me.
Good.
Hey, what? Germany's looking like it's gonna be pretty good fraternizing territory.
Okay, oh, that's Tom Hardy. It's a young Tom Hardy. That's Spears.
Where's my stop?
I thought I'd leave it over there, sir.
He doesn't even care. Oh my god. Oh, right. Well, first of all, I forgot he does love to drink. I'm like, what is going on with him?
Never fired his weapon in combat, huh?
Really?
Around.
Really? How's that even possible?
Germany somewhere. Boom.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry.
About what? Wasn't me.
Yeah, it makes sense why
the
he's
real
drinking.
tragedy is they also lost their CEO, so. Because I don't know how to tell them their kids never even made it out of the goddamn plane.
You tell them what you always tell them. Their sons died as heroes.
You really still believe that?
Sure that you'll all be happy to know Oklahoma's still playing on Broadway.
Hey, Oklahoma, where the wind comes, sweeping down the plain.
Comes right behind the rain.
O'Keefe, you sitting on your bayonet there? Why don't you leave the scene to Luz?
Unless you want to do like...
So when do you think we're gonna jump into Berlin, see some real action?
You in a rush?
No?
Own a Congressional Medal of Honor or something?
Oh, I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah, why don't you do us all a favor? Don't think. Damn replacements.
Aww.
Hey, O'Brien, relax, would you? I'm trying to read.
Jeez.
And O'Keefe's and O'Brien's who show up here replacing Toccoa men. That you dumb replacements got killed in the first place. And they're all like you. They're all piss and vinegar. Where the crowd's at. Let me at 'em. Blood and guts hanging out. And they're screaming for a medic. Begging for their goddamn mother. You dumb fucks don't even know they're dead yet. Understand that this is the best part of fucking what I've seen? I even got to wipe my ass with real toilet paper today. So quit asking about when you're gonna see some action, will you? And stop with the fucking love songs.
Aww.
Oh, I can't believe we're not gonna drop into Berlin.
No shit.
We waiting on him again?
Yep.
I think they're at this place now where they're just like, this is all a waste of time. All we're doing is killing, and then our men's getting killed. We're killing, our men are getting killed. We're killing, our men are getting killed. But once they get to the concentration camp, they're going to remember what this was all for. And that is important.
Jesus Christ, the dog? Look. Kath is divorcing me.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
damn.
She's taking the house, taking the kid, she's taking the dog. It's not even her dog. It's my dog! She's taking my dog!
Nah.
I'm fine.
I don't think he's okay.
She hates that dog. She's got 5 minutes.
Hey, you hear this? This guy says he ain't a Nazi. Now, why is it in all of Germany I've never met one Nazi yet?
You're only gonna be here one night. You've got 4 minutes.
Oh.
That's right! You stupid crowd bastards! That's right! Say hello to Ford and General fucking Motors! You ignorant, servile scum! What the fuck are we doing here?
Right. Craziness. Whoa.
Okay,
Sarge,
why the hell are you so jumpy, boy?
I'm not jumpy. I'm fine.
Shit. Can hear your heart pounding in Arkansas, boy.
Kind of reminds you of Bastogne.
Yeah.
Without the
now that you mention
snow.
it. Except, of course, there's no snow.
Oh. Oh, the date is this the concentration camp? Yeah, it is.
We came across this.
What? Frank, what is it?
I don't know, sir.
Oh, they didn't know about the camps? They didn't know what the camps were at this point? I guess maybe they didn't know what they were doing with the Jewish people. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. That would be shocking.
Chris, you said any of your men speak German?
ще жив. Ёшка может и спасить. Einige von den Gefangenen haben sie versucht, daran zu hindern.
Some of the prisoners that try to stop it.
Sie wurden getötet. Sie wurden ganz
Some of them were killed.
getötet. Töten so viele sie konnten.
They killed as many as they could.
Und Beamte, Bauern,
Doctors, musicians,
Schreiber, Schneider,
tailors,
Intellektuelle,
clerks, farmers, intellectuals, I mean, normal people.
Juden.
You Jewish.
Zigeuner.
Polish and gypsies.
Aber ich glaube, das schlimm. Das Frauenlager ist bei der nächsten.
Lieb Gott.
The women's camp is at the next railroad stop.
Yeah, what? I don't know.
I'm gonna call Sink. Find Spears and figure out how the hell to give him some food. And water.
Sind Sie wahnsinnig? Was machen Sie da? Halt! Stehen bleiben! Bringen Sie das sofort wieder zurück!
Shut up, yeah.
Ja, das soll das Brot augenblicklich wieder zurückgehen. Sie sollten halt das sofort wieder zurückbringen. Das gehört uns hier.
You Nazi fuck!
Ich bin kein Nazi. Ich bin kein
Not
Nazi.
a Nazi. My mistake, you fat fucking prick. How about a human being? Are you one of those? Or are you gonna tell me that you never smelled the fucking stench?
Bitte töten Sie mich nicht. Ich verstehe nicht, was Sie da sagen.
He says he doesn't know what the hell you're talking about.
Major Winters.
Yes, sir.
This Dr. Kent, the regimental surgeon. Now, Doc, you tell Major Winters and Captain Nixon what you just told me.
Yes, sir. We need to stop giving these men food right now. They're starving. We give them too much to eat too quickly, they'll eat themselves to death. We need to keep them in the camp till we can find a place for them in town.
You want us to lock these people back up? No choice, Nix.
Otherwise, they might scatter. We need to keep them centralized so we can supervise their food intake and medical treatment.
Oh, man.
We found something I believe you ought to see, sir.
Can't tell him that, sir.
Got to, Joe. These prisoners have to be put back in the camp immediately. Let the men know.
Achtung auf eine kurze Zeit! Nein, nicht wieder! Bin mit! Wichtige Messe!
Wo kommen die an und schicken uns wieder zurück?
Times is big. Execution chambers, ovens. Well, for cremating all the bodies.
The locals claim that they never even knew the camp existed. They say we're exaggerating.
Well, they're gonna have a hell of an education tomorrow.
They had martial law about an hour ago. Ordered every able-bodied German in town aged 14 to 80 to start burying the bodies. That'll begin in the morning.
Wow. That's just too, it's too visceral. God, it's too real. I mean, it happened, so. This is too hard to watch. the same lady from the house. You don't know. You don't know who's like the monster walking amongst you. Not all Germans are Nazis, but there was so many Nazi sympathizers and amongst them too, you would never know.
Holy shit.
Shot himself in Berlin.
Oh, so Hitler.
Is the war over, sir?
Wow.
No. We have orders to Berchtesgaden, and we're gonna move out 1 hour.
Why? The man's not home. Should have killed himself 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Saved us a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he didn't.
Oh, so this is the end of the episode. So it started like this, and then wow. During the following months, Allied forces discovered numerous POW concentration and death camps. These camps were part of the Nazi attempt to effect the final solution to the Jewish question. Between 1942 and 1945, 5 million ethnic minorities and 6 million Jews were murdered, many of them in the camps. That was hard to watch. I thought maybe because I saw the description, okay, they're gonna get to a concentration camp, that I would be prepared somehow, and it, of course, that did not happen. Like I don't think you can, and this wasn't even real. It was all acted. It was just, everyone in these scenes were extras. So, but still, lots of lives were sacrificed in the process of saving those who were being persecuted and tortured and murdered and 100% dehumanized. This was just like such a snippet of what actually occurred, and there's been yeah, so it's just really hard to see that. So I kind of had to just cut after I finished Band of Brothers yesterday. I hadn't talked about the episode after episode 9, and I was so overwhelmed that I kind of kept going in and out of crying and then talking about things and crying. And so I thought maybe it was better to just sort of have like a day later, me kind of like calm down and talk about the episode. I'm just very thankful that Band of Brothers was made. I'm so thankful that these experiences were brought up, that there was a book made, then the documentary, and now this series, because it just, of course, the story will touch so many more people. Growing up, I was very aware of the Holocaust. I had read several books. The book that never left me was Night by Elie Wiesel. So as a young kid, I don't remember what grade I was in when I first had to read this book, but I remember being quite young, potentially 6th or 7th grade, maybe 8th. I cannot really remember, but I do know that I had read the Anne Frank diaries and a few other books about the Holocaust, a few books about the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. Hard to see something like that because you realize how inhumane and how monstrous we can be as humans. And I say we, I'm lumping myself in this because we're all a part of the same human race. My perspective doesn't have to be everybody else's, it's just my opinion. we can do anything. We can do many good things, and we can do many horrible things as humans. And to see how far down in the dumps, in the garbage, in the sewers, into hell we can actually go, and how far it did go during this time period with the Holocaust, and everything leading up to it too. Like, this was like the boiling pot and the frog inside the pot. The fascism was creeping in. This was happening. It was like in the 1920s, and it's important for us to not forget these things happened, and to understand that humanity as a whole, we need to know that humans can do these things. We don't want to forget our history, even though it makes us uncomfortable. We need to know, and we need to teach, and we need to talk about it. We don't, withholding information about history is never a good idea. We have to stop. We have to know what it is that happened so we don't repeat it. So we can see the signs, because there's always signs before. And if we don't know the signs, if we're not taught these things, if we're not reading about it, if we're not watching documentaries, if we're not watching a TV series about it, we would never know. Because we could always be that frog in a boiling pot and not know it. I can't imagine the actors, the extras, everyone involved, the director, how they must have felt that day on set. I don't know how many days it took to film this specific episode, but that would be an interesting interview to see, like, when you're actually in it. I'm sure many people on set had family members lost in the Holocaust, and it tied them back to the Holocaust in some way. So just being there was probably surreal in the worst way possible. But again, it's like, I'm very thankful that they did do this, because it's important. We need this. We need to know what happened. It's still hard for me, like, even to form the words. I guess I thought today I'd be able to, like, to talk more clearly, and I still can't, because there's not really much else to say. There's not a lot to say. The episode said what I needed to say. This was a heavy episode. It's really tough. It's just tough. So I'm very thankful, though, that they made this. I'm very thankful to be watching this series, and I have one more episode to go. And yeah, this will be I'll be very sure to show my kids this series, but they've got to be just a tiny bit older, tiny bit older, but they'll watch it too. But thank you guys. I hope you all have a good day, and take care. Bye, everyone.